Hello, it's P Monster, and this is my 4 months lockout date. I said I would update in 5 months, but I decided that 4 months would be appropriate just because a lot has changed and there's a lot that I plan to do different. The first thing that changed is I no longer use avocado oil because I started to notice it clogging pores. And when I looked it up, it says that it is just as likely as coconut oil to clog your pores. And in my previous video, I said I didn't use coconut oil because it clogged my pores. And so, yeah, I had to stop that immediately. But I did some research and ended up switching to hemp oil. Hemp oil. So the funny thing that I've noticed with my new hair regimen is that I'm typically using stuff in my hair that I also eat. And now that I'm using the hemp oil, I'm also eating it because I like the omegas. I'm a big fan of omega acids. And this one will give you omega-3 and omega-6. So sometimes I will just take a spoonful, and just eat it like that, or I'll cook with it. Or, you don't want to get it too hot because I think that if it goes over a certain temperature, it loses the nutritional value. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of fair to say if I wouldn't eat it myself, maybe I shouldn't be putting it in my hair, but I know that doesn't go for everything. The rose water, I drank the rose water. I've done that for years. You dilute it in water, and then you can put some agave nectar, which is what I do, and you have rose drink. And I would drink that. Yeah, moving on. So this spray bottle that I've been reusing for my oils, this is a product. This is not what's in there. This was my daughter's and she doesn't use it anymore, so I dumped it out and put previously it was avocado oil and water and rose water. Now it is hemp oil and some filtered water from the fridge that I also drink. And not that I don't like the rose water, it's just honestly I don't, other than the fact that it smells really good and I love roses, I didn't experience any difference between the rose water and my drinking water as far as hydrating my hair at nighttime. So I don't know, I'm less picky about it. I never ordered a new batch of rose water. I am actually planning to make my own rose water just simply by boiling rose petals soon, organic rose petals, no pesticides, because I like to drink it. But yeah, I'm going to be making that sometime within the next month, and then I'll be able to determine whether or not it really does have a positive effect on my hair. Another big thing that has changed, I bit the bullet and bleached. You can hardly see. I've been doing research for months now, off and on. I'd originally decided I wouldn't do it just because I wanted healthy hair. But I decided, there are much bigger problems in the universe than what my hair is doing. So I just bit the bullet and did it. I originally was planning to lighten it with developer, but I ended up mixing the bleach powder in. I think I just used less bleach powder than the ratio that they recommended. As you know, my hair is relaxed, so I had to be very careful. I used 20 developer with bleach powder mixed in, and I put it on there. I just kind of randomly started at these ends and then worked my way up because I didn't want the hair to get lighter towards the top, but I left it in for maybe 5 minutes and I could see it lightening. I didn't want to go blonde. I just wanted to lighten it a little bit with the intention of redoing the red that I tried before and just getting a better result. But I don't know, I'm enjoying just this light brown. Not all the strands are the same, each strand is different. Some are very light, some are not so light. But the thing I noticed with them is that they all have a tint of red from when I had dyed the hair red with semi-permanent dye before. So that's nice. I like the color that it's come out. See, there's a good one. I like it. So I think I'm just going to leave it like this for now. If I get bored, then I'll just throw more of the semi-permanent red in and do red. But this works for me. I like it. I actually tied up the front and didn't bleach that part just because I liked having the dark hair frame my face when I had my black glasses, and I didn't want to lose that, even though my real glasses are pink. It works for me. I didn't want to go too light. I didn't want it to look like my skin. So I'm happy with this. If you go in the sun, you'll see it's a lot better. You can see not every strand is exactly the same, and I'm no professional, but somehow I managed to not make it into a chore, but still get it done in a way that doesn't look like cheetah spots or something. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. So, another update, I'm still using this. It has the last of my rose water in it. But once this is done, I'll be doing creating my own rose water. Someone's at the door. I forgot to mention that when I put the bleach in my hair, I left it for about 5 minutes, and when I went to wash it out, I could immediately feel that it has zapped the moisture right out of my hair, especially my ends. That's not all bad, but first I'll say, yeah, I did feel the dryness, absolutely. You have to make sure that you use a neutralizing shampoo as soon as you're done with the bleach. You wash it out and then immediately just wash it multiple times with a neutralizing shampoo to stop the chemical from turning your hair. A lot of times when people don't neutralize, it continues. Even though they've finished with their hair, it continues to turn the hair and it'll cause damage over time. So you gotta make sure that you've put the neutralizing shampoo. I have company. So I typically would use the ORS olive oil shampoo, which is neutralizing. When I did my relaxer, that was the neutralizing shampoo that I was using, and absolutely did neutralize. However, when I went to the store to prepare for this adventure, they did not have it in stock in either of the stores I went to, so I found a different neutralizing shampoo, which absolutely did neutralize. This one is, I don't even know what it says, Silk Elements Luxury. It wasn't very expensive at all, but it is a neutralizing shampoo, and that did stop the bleach. And when I felt that dryness, I immediately knew I had to do a hydration mask. And I actually had one sitting around that I didn't use previously. This one is Shea Moisture. There we go. Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Mafura Oil Intensive Hydration Hair Mask with African Rock Fig and Baobab Oil. I know I said that wrong. But yeah, this is what I use. I packed it in my hair, like tons, almost the entire jar. I caked it, all of it. I pulled it back and rolled it up into a bun. And it says to let it sit for 5 minutes, I think. I kept it in for almost 30 minutes. And from the moment I rinsed it out, I felt the hydration in my hair. I know using these products is a no-no for locks, but my hair needed it so bad in that moment, and it's been very soft ever since. I'm actually considering doing this periodically, maybe once every couple months or so. But yeah, it restored my hydration. Permanent changes to them. If you can see the ends, I feel like they're actually in a better texture now to lock up than they were. I noticed a lot of them have started curling at the ends, whereas only some of them were doing that. So maybe it helped my process. I just gotta keep it moisturized and it'll probably be fine. But yeah, I love the way this made the locks feel. That's the softest I've ever felt them. And so yeah, I wanted to make sure to note that in case anyone, of course, in this situation has the itch to bleach or color your hair. Just know you've got to neutralize and you've got to put that moisture right back in. I already made the plans to do a clarifying shampoo on my next wash. I didn't do it. I didn't use the clarifying shampoo, and I didn't use the Nizoral. I just kind of kept it basic during the bleaching process. But my next wash I will do a clarifying shampoo just to make sure there's no residue from this guy. So I'm still interlocking. I felt like I was doing it too frequently. It was roughly every 4 weeks. I mean, I just do whenever a piece feels like it needs to be tightened is when I would do it. It's just random. I didn't really like set aside days or anything, just, idle. If I'm idle watching the kids or something, I would do it. But I've actually decided I'm going to try and go a little bit longer because maybe, I don't know, just testing different things. I'm just giving it some more time. I'm not sure how many weeks it's been. I'll have to go back and check in the calendar, but yeah, it's growing out. I think typically I would have already done some, but we're gonna wait and see what happens. I think I get a little bit OCD about having, sit down baby. I think I get a little bit OCD about having it grow too long, and then it makes my hair stick up a little bit, but so far I'm coping. So far it's okay. Wow, baby. So far it's okay. I'm still using the same lock keys, which I'll have linked in my description. I'll have all of this stuff linked in the description. I'm still using my same lock keys. It's funny, I actually bought 4 of them and I only have 2, so it's a good thing that I bought a second set because obviously 2 have gone missing already, so I got 2 still. And I am running into issues with the interlocking because as some of these hairs like thicken up, or I guess budding as you guys call it. Oh my goodness, baby. Like this. It's harder to fit them through the lock eye, the lock key eye, because they're lumpy and they don't, yeah, the thickness of it as it's maturing is not doing so well with my lock key. So I actually considered getting one with a wider hole. But the issue with that is that I'll have to be sure to not be ripping through the hair when I interlock it with such a large tool. So I don't know. Maybe giving it more time to grow out is a positive in that respect because it'll have a bigger like that more space to interlock without having to go too close. I typically don't go very close because I don't want tightness. And yeah, is there anything else? She wants to see herself. Who's that baby? She's so cute. She's so chubby. Say hi. But yeah, I think that's it. Some of my ends, of course, like I said, are curling up, making little lumps. So I guess we can talk about like the loosening. I didn't really have much, but there is some. Like there's a couple that have loosened generously. You can't really see because they generally stick together. I think my hair is at a point now where it doesn't really care if it's braided or not. It will still stick together. This is probably the worst. It will still stick together, and I'm not too concerned because I think I've interlocked enough to where it'll stay together regardless of what happens down there. So I generally don't care. I can see the interlock parts are locking up pretty good. Absolutely faster than the braided. I wouldn't say they're not locked. I think they're bound together in some way at certain points throughout the braid, but I don't think they will remain. I don't think they will lock fully. So, it doesn't really bother me. When it grows out, I still intend to have them, if possible. Don't do that. Yeah. I don't care if it looks different in the next 10 years. It's whatever. I plan to keep it as long as I can. So I'll just keep observing. They'll do whatever they need to do, I think. I'm not too worried. Yeah, that is all. I must go. Hopefully I've touched on everything or think about things throughout the months that are changing or doing different or looks different. And I forget to write them down, so hopefully I remembered everything. If not, it'll have to wait till the 5 months or 6 months update. Yep, and that is it. Have a great day.